welcome to my channel. Again I come up with one more methods to find out initial basic feasible solutions, that is Vogel approximation method. By applying Vogel's approximation method, it would be quite complex, but it will give you the optimal solutions. Over northwest corner cell method and least cost method, the Vogel approximation method was preferred to obtain initial basic feasible solutions. Why? Because this method is also called as penalty method or regret method. It is based on one topic called penalty. What is a penalty? In NWCC and LCM, we are with the one disadvantage called we are missing the least cost available in the table also. By allocating over the working rule, you are missing the next least cost available to you. Is working on the one principle called opportunity cost. If the allocation is made, the next least cost was missed. The working rule is simple. We find out penalties to rows and columns. How do we find out a penalty again? Penalty is the difference between the least cost and then the next least cost available in the same row or column. Into each and every column and row, we find out the penalty. Where is the highest penalty? Select that particular column or row, and that penalty is because of the least cost available in that row or a column. Move on to that cell and allocate as much as you can, and with that either row or column get exhausted, so delete it from the table and move on to the next penalties again. So it's like we do penalties, we find out penalties to each and every row all the time and allocate, and then move on to next penalties and allocate. So we see how do we done it. Firstly, whether we check it is a balanced or unbalanced transportation problem, whether to need to add any dummy rows or columns here. Firstly, here 6 plus 1, 7 plus 10, 17 is your total supply. Your total supply is 17. Now your total demand is must be 17. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. So you have a balanced transportation problem where the total supply equal to total demand. No need of adding any elements to that payoff table. Now move on and find out the penalties. Firstly, this column row penalties are the least cost available in S1 is 2 and the next least cost is 3. So simply select the least cost and the next least cost. This is D1 and D2. Now penalty P1 equal to D2 minus D1. 3 minus 2, that is 1. The next one 0 and the next least cost is 1. 1 minus 0, again 1. Here the penalty to the S3 row is 8 minus 5, that is 3. Now find out column penalties. Similarly, 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 0, 3. And again 11 minus 6, 5. And the next one 7 minus 1, 6. So you find out the penalties. Where there is a difference between the least cost and the next least cost is higher, select that penalty. Here 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 6. Select that highest penalty 6. The 6 is possible because 9 minus 1. 7 minus 1. So select the least cost in that column 1. Here 1. The situation is you have one unit of a supply, you have 2 units of a requirement. So 1 is possible. So allocate 1. This becomes 0 and this becomes 1. With the single allocation, that's S2 get exhausted. S2 fulfill. Now remove that from the table, way of table. Now after this only one allocation is done. So I have to allocate still 16 units. So move on to finding out next penalties. Next row of finding penalties. So there is no any changes to this column, to the particular row. So the same penalties may continue, and this is get exhausted. So blank, and no more any such things. 3, and this is 5 minus 2. But this deletion of this particular row, there is a changes. 5 minus 2, that is 3, and 8 minus 3, that is 5, and 15 minus 11. 4, and 9 minus 7, 2. Now select the highest penalty, that is 5. This 5 is because of 8 minus 3. 3, 6 and 5. Allocate 5. This becomes 0 and this becomes 1 here. With this get exhausted. So eliminate this particular column from the table. Now after this again the same things are, we need to go for penalties again. Again find out the penalty. Until and now this get fulfilled. All of the allocations are made, we find out the penalties again and again. Now this may change because one element in this row get changed. So 7 minus 2, this is 5. This is empty. This is 9 minus 5, 4. The least element is 5 minus 2, 3. Again, this get empty. And 15 minus 11, 4. And 9 minus 2, 9 minus 7, 2. Now the highest penalty is, right now it is in the row side, 5. This 5 is because of 7 minus 2. Right now 2, situation is 7 and 1. So allocate 1 here. This becomes 0 and this becomes 6. In between if you have any doubts, then check out the supply and demand again. Till now 6 plus 3 plus 1, that is 10, and here 10. We are going in a right way. So this is at 0. So eliminate this particular row from the table, and again after find out the penalties again. Again finding out the penalties. This gets 0, this is get 0, and again this is 4. Write down the same. Here assures you are left with only one particular element. So write down the same element as 5, and this is empty, and this is 15, and this is 9. In this all the highest element is 15. So select here 3 and 10. So allocate 3. This becomes 0, and this becomes after this 7. Either you can go for next iterations and put the same values, and as I thought it, majority of the cells are at the zeros, so I am making it over here. This is that may 0, and there is no any element left over here in this column also. I am doing over here. The next penalty, highest penalty is 9, and as because of this 7 and 1, so allocate 1 here, 0, and finally 6 here. And the next highest penalty is 5. Here 6 and 6. Finally allocate the 6. This get 0 and this get 0. That's it. We allocated all of our available supply to all of our requirements. Found as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. No any left over. No any star is left over. Now the thing is to verify whether the total number of allocations are equal to rows plus columns minus 1, and then find out the total transportation cost. By using Vogel approximation method, I find it out. I allocated my given 17 units of commodity to my 4 destinations. Now here m plus n minus 1, the total allocations are. Here 3 rows are there, 4 columns, minus 1, that equal to 6. This is the total number of allocations you need to get. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The initial verification is over. Now find out the total transportation cost. That equal to 2 into 1 plus 3 into 5 plus 1 into 1 plus 5 into 6 plus 15 into 3 plus 9 into 1. That together it is 2 plus 15 plus 1 plus 13 plus 45 plus 9. The total is equal to, together it is 102 rupees. The same problem, if you solve, if you find it out, IBFS by using northwest corner cell method is 116. The same by using least cost method, you get 112. The same problem you solve it by using Vogel approximation, you see 102. So the Vogel approximation method is preferred over northwest corner cell method and least cost method, as because it deals with the penalties and most of the time the next least cost is never missed. Thank you for viewing the video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to see furtherly the next videos in operations research. Thank you.